Peace, everybody. Welcome to the channel. I am Child of Oshun. This video is going to be a little different today. I wanted to come on here and talk to you guys because I have several subscribers who are experiencing deaths within their families and their close ones, their loved ones. And I know that even with the outbreak of COVID, there are some of you who have, people who have passed on because of COVID. And so I wanted to come and just share some thoughts with you. As a Reiki healer, the person who trained me, lovely woman by the name of Sharon Moore, and she is also certified in transitional services. So she deals with people who are at the end of life and how they transition into spirit and offering support for that. And so I wanted to come and just talk to you guys because it is a very delicate subject, death and how we receive it and our thoughts that we have around it. And so it has been, happening for the past couple years now, not just in relation to COVID, but, these things happen all the time. And so my faith tells me that the body is a shell and it, decays, it deteriorates as we get older, we pass on, and then the spirit carries on, and then we reincarnate into the next life, And however, whatever beliefs you have, however you choose to deal with that subject, either way, death is not something most people want to talk about. You guys know I am a Scorpio, so I have there are certain times when I see people or I interact with them in person, and I can actually look at them and know this is the last time I'm going to see this person before they transition. It's not something that's scary to me. It doesn't, frighten me or, make me feel a certain kind of way, because I'm used to dealing with spirit. So I'm used to getting messages from those who are on the other side. I'm used to seeing and interacting with my ancestors. I believe that our ancestors walk with us. They do not leave us. Loved ones do not leave us, and that even when they transition, we can still interact with them. We can still talk to them. We can still, go to them with our problems and receive answers. So I just wanted to, offer some condolences. Even if I don't know you and I don't know what your situation is, just know that often when people transition, they're at peace. And, certain research I've done and things that I've studied has told me that, they are no longer in pain. They're no longer afflicted with whatever disease or whatever was making them ill. They're back to their normal, healthy selves. And oftentimes when you see your ancestors, whether you see them in dreams or however you communicate with them, you'll see them young and happy. I know sometimes my ancestors come through and they're happy and laughing and eating chicken and drinking beer and doing what they want to do. And that offers some comfort because you know that they're not suffering anymore. So you have to kind of look at the other side is not as traumatic and sad and gloomy and depressing as what we have here in this physical form, right? We go through so much in the physical form, and so it's not exactly all pain and illness on the other side, right? So we can take some comfort in knowing that when our loved ones pass on, they're no longer in pain, they're no longer suffering, right? Another thing I wanted to share with you is that as an astrologer, there are certain aspects that will kind of let you know what type of illnesses, ailments, diseases may afflict you. They appear in the birth chart, right? Also, if you have a certain amount of karma, in your birth chart, that can also be some indication of what you may be dealing with as you go through your incarnation in this physical form, right? So, I encourage you to, lean on others if you are experiencing a loved one who has transitioned, to talk. Talk about your feelings. Talk about your emotions. Share with others, the joy that your loved one brought to you. And like I said, often, we as humans are still here. We may be feeling sad and gloomy, but they're feeling a lot better. Like, especially if they've lived a long life and, they've transitioned peacefully and they did everything they wanted to do. And, they come and visit you and talk to you. They may come check on you and see what you're doing, and offer support. I also know that sometimes ancestors come through and they may give you a cleansing if you need it, especially if you're not aware that you're carrying some type of negative energy within your aura. The ancestors will come in and cleanse it for you. And I've had conversations with some of my clients where they've experienced that in their unconscious state, that they may feel like they're dreaming. And I had to explain to them, this is what was happening. And it may sometimes appear as some type of symbolism. It's not a direct message to show you exactly what's happening, but that's kind of what goes on. I'm fortunate that I have, contact with other healers and mediums and shamans who, we're pretty used to it. We're used to, seeing things and seeing orbs and, shadowy figures in the corner. We know we're used to that. And so, I'm used to it. I know some people are not, and some people don't really know how to deal with it. But do not be afraid if you have any contact with an ancestor. They are usually there to just see what you're doing. They check on you. They may come to give you some comfort. You may have like a tingling, like let's say you're sad and you're crying. You may have like a tingling feeling around the shoulder area or down the arms or even in the chest area, which kind of lets you know that they're near. You might be, crying or something, and they kind of come, to give you some comfort. Those are some ways of knowing that they're around. I'm a clairsentient. I always have been since I was a child. So I pick up on energies. Some of you may have the same gift as well. So, don't be afraid of those energies. And you can usually tell when there's an energy that has entered your space that is positive or negative. It depends on how it makes you feel. So if you feel a little scared or shaken up or, a little terrorized or something like that, that could be some type of lower level entity. But, for the most part, most of us are not really attracting that type of energy, So I just wanted to offer my support to anyone who is going through a grieving process right now. I will pray for you. I pray for those who have transitioned on and that they, make their transition peacefully to the other side without any remorse or regrets, and that they be forgiven fully by the Most High as they move forward into their next incarnation, right? So take care, stay well, stay blessed, guys. And I will see you again back on the channel. Peace.